For those of you who are wondering, the Visu Gambit is something that was played by a player Visu on chess.com, with the idea of starting with the moves a5 and rook a6, or with white a4, rook a3, in every single one of their games. The thing is, in this game, I was playing against a player rated 3051 on Lead Chess, so there's no way that this can work, right? Well, let's see how the game went. It turns out actually this match went really well for me. I'll get into that in the end. But how did this game go? So, the idea of the Visu Gambit is like there's different ways you play it, but like you're generally aiming for this setup where you just like go for a hippo type setup where you don't have the rook in the corner. I decided to mix up the move order a bit. I played the move g6. My opponent pushed ahead with d5, which was honestly scaring me a little bit. I'm like, oh no, like am I just getting, rolled over in the center? But I continued with the plan. I put the knight on e7. Probably should have gone bishop g7 because otherwise, queen d4 would actually have been pretty annoying by him, but luckily for me, he did not see it. Bishop g5, bishop g7. There's a little bit of a bluff here on my part. Like I thought, okay, if he plays d6 and just like opens up the position for the rook, I mean, how the heck am I going to like save this position? The game plays itself, right? But fortunately, he did not do that. He played queen d2. It bought me that little bit of time to close up the position to try and consolidate a bit here. If he plays like knight d4, I was going to just go e5 and lock things up. But I mean, then he can go f4 and rip things open. And that's the way you should really use the extra exchanges. White, you want to try and open up files one way or the other. Well, black is wanting to try to keep things closed, which is why I played the move of e5. And what position does this look like? Let me know in the comments below. What does this position remind you of? What it should remind you of is a King's Indian defense, because we've got that same closed pawn structure. My opponent played a3, trying to go b4. I went f5. And you got to be careful here as white. Like, if you play a nothing move, I'm just going to go f4 and I'm going to win your bishop. So you don't want to do that. If you're enjoying the video so far, do make sure to leave a like and also to consider subscribing to the channel. In doing so, and also by tapping that notification bell, saying notifications to all, for those who are already subscribed. That's going to ensure that you get all of my chess training each day, so that you can improve your chess with just 5 minutes a day of effort. Okay, in this case, I was pretty happy to see g3. Like, it's not the worst move on the board. But I was kind of happy that, his king is a bit weakened. I might get some swindling chances. He plays the move b4. I take, which I probably shouldn't have done, but okay, it's bullet chess. And here I thought if I take on e4 and try to, like, get something happening, I just didn't really see a way to attack his king. So I figured, okay, I'm down the exchange. We need to maximize swindling chances. So let's just keep the tension. Let's just keep those pawns eyeing each other, because then he has more of a chance going wrong. Rook a7 was a good move. He hits the bishop. I defend. And okay, I've got to try something. So I play the move f4. And here's where he absolutely shocked me, actually. I was sure that he was just going to take, play bishop d4, just trade off my bishop and, just be up in exchange and win, basically. But no, he plays the move bishop d2, and I was so shocked I didn't even realize until after I moved that I could just go here and just like hit his knight, and suddenly the game is actually not so simple. So today I was on autopilot. I played g5. He defended knight, and I wondered why on earth I played so stupidly. But okay, it's bullet. At least you don't have time to wallow in your own self-pity. I played knight g6, continuing to go for the attack. And here he just got impatient. Like, I think if he just goes g4, just locks up the king side, sooner or later he's going to win, because he has already got that file open on the queen side, and I'm just not getting any headway on this side. But he plays c5, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's not that bad of a move, but at least I've got a chance. At least I've got a pawn for the exchange. And like now when he doesn't play like queen e2 and instead plays queen b5, I'm like, hang on, can't I just take the pawn and just hit his knight? And, well, it turns out I can, because, well, how do you even defend this knight? Like, if you go king g2, I can even just take another pawn, and he can't even take me back, because like g4, and I'm just, murdering him on the king side. So that's kind of how I was able to turn this game around, actually, which, didn't expect it necessarily, but we take it. He played fg3, I took the knight. Still a little nervous after d6, like, maybe he can try to get some tactics against me. So I figured, okay, let's keep control. Bishop f8, make it that he's taking me, not me taking him. He plays knight d5, looks scary, but I have queen d6. He still has a few things hanging. Everything is just somehow protected. Okay, the rook's not protected, but everything else is protected. He goes queen b6, and I breathe a sigh in relief, because I'm not going to get mated anymore. And at the end of the day, I am up quite a lot of material. I'm up a bishop, a rook, and a knight and a pawn for a rook, which is more than enough. And here he just resigned, where he kind of realized that, he can't even take back my knights. Because I go bishop to c5 and, with king g2. We're going to play like rook df2, rook d3, and... Okay, computer points out we have mate in 2 with rook f4, but... you get the idea. White can't just can't play this way. Like, he just loses to the house. So, yeah, that's how I beat a 3051 on Lichess Bullet with the V-Su Gambit with a5 bishop a6. And in the result of the match, those you wondering, is I actually won this match with a score of 4-2. Performance ranked at 3,170, which is above my current Lichess Bullet rating of 3,100. But it's a good sign, right? If I can, perform above my rank, play complete garbage opening, probably means I should actually play some more Lichess Bullet rating, like get my rating where it actually belongs. But anyway, hope that you enjoyed this little bit of a different video. Just giving you a few points on how to swindle a losing position, like turn a bad position to a draw, even a win. And I'll see you in the next training. Until the next one, take care.